Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my another video. Today I will explain you about my journal, which the topic is improving students' understanding of Indonesian culture through English learning based local culture context. Introductions. It is the part of the introductions. Point number 1 is Indonesia is a country with a rich cultural diversity. The local culture or cultural refers to the participant culture of the various tribes in University of Mataram based on the survey results. Although most of the students are born and live in Mataram, not all students come from the Mataram tribe. Even Mataram is a heterogeneous area. This area is inhabited by various tribes. In this English classroom, the material presented will connect to local culture such as norms, values, habits, and custom held by the student. Point number 2 is schools are a place where students can learn about different cultures. We all know that's true because in the school we don't only meet people who come from the same race, religion, ethnicity, and country as us, but instead we meet people who are different from various aspects. Point number 3 is it is important for young people to understand their own culture and the cultures of others. Of course, today we see how bad the younger generation is in dealing with existing cultural differences. Even now, as time goes by, more and more young people are getting into brawls because of the cultural differences. Point number 4 is English language classes can be a place for students to learn about different cultures. That's right. Apart from learning to appreciate culture, we can also improve our language skills so that we get 2 benefits in one lesson. Now we move to methods. Before I explain about this part, I want to apologize to my lecturer because when I and my friends do the presentation in front of the class, we made a mistake. So in this video, I want to clarify that actually the correct method sequence that I want to do is like this and not immediately give a pre-test. Point number 1 of the method is this research use a experimental research designs. The treatment that were given to the correspondent in this research is contextual speaking learning of local culture. Point number 2 is the design of this study used only one group of 23 students from the second semester of University of Mataram. Point number 3 is the student cultural backgrounds were varied, including Lampungese, Javanese, Sundanese, Padangese, and Palembangese. I'm sorry, I'm not added Bimanis, Sumbawanese, and Sasaknese because I want to know the culture outside West Nusa Tenggara. Point number 4 is providing them with information on different cultures. The researcher or me gave information and delivered teaching material about 5 cultures in general, and then after that having them talk about their own culture and others is point number 5. The participant told about legend, myth, fairy tale, and fable, both from the culture and other culture. And final point is giving them a poster so that they can learn and know about the difference between various cultures in Indonesia. Now we move to the finding and discussion topic. Okay, there are 3 points of this topic. Point number 1 is students understanding on Indonesian culture. The results of observation and questionnaires show that before treatment, most of the participants could not explain their culture in detail. They also do not care to their friends' culture. Sometimes they viewed others only from their own perspective without considering the reason why their friend who has different culture acts differently. Having talked about various culture, the participants are able to identify their own culture. They also explain about traditional food, instruments, customs, and habits. They conducted discussion about cultural diversity, the role and the influence of culture. Having listened various information of culture, they got language input. Therefore, they get cultural knowledge. They can explain other cultures and respect the cultural differences. Now we move to the point number 2, students speaking skill. In my journal, there is a chart that informs about the improvement of students speaking skill. Based on the chart, it can be seen that there are no significant differences between pre-test and post-test in in experimental class. There were some improvement in the score of post-test. It was shown that the lowest score in pre-test was range 36 to 43, while in post-test it was range 60 to 67. Only some students show an improvement from lower to middle scores, such as from range 36 to 43 to 60 to 67. There was no student who got score 76 to 94 in pre-test, but in post-test some of students got it. The results of participant score identified that they made impressive improvement in speaking skill at the preliminary phase. They have less difficulty in their grammatical sentence and have big problems in pronunciation and content. Moreover, their vocabulary mastery was also limited. Having practiced to speak about local culture, they got enhancing in speaking because they keep practicing to pay attention on their friends speaking. They got language inputs such as vocabulary and the way how their friends pronounce the word properly. Now, the third point of finding and discussion. Students understanding and recognizing gender text. Having practiced speaking during the lesson, the participants are able to identify the generic structure, language, the generic structure, language feature, and social function of description text, native text, and hortatory exposure. They can describe people, things, and place well. They are able to tell the story related to the culture. They have the ability to explain something and give argument to the topic given. This finding support previous research. Now we move to the conclusion. There are 3 points of the conclusions. First one is learning a new language and also about the culture associated with that language. Number 2 is learn English based on local cultural content can help students to socialize and preserve their culture. And point number 3 is learn English helps students to develop an awareness of cultural diversity and appreciate the differences that can lead to effective communication in social life. So thank you for today. I hope you understand what I was telling you or what I was explaining about this topic. And I hope this topic can let you can improve your knowledge about the cultural differences. And from to closing my video, I just want to tell you why I used to skip this video from the start to the end of this video, because I just feel confident to use this year, and I feel Thank you everyone. See you in my next video, and I hope I get the best.